The Matric class of 2021 at Reddam House Umhlanga in Durban has beaten the odds, obtaining a 100% pass rate. The group were in the middle of their schooling year when the July riots broke out in Durban. An agrochemical warehouse situated near the school was set alight by the looters, unleashing toxic pollutants. The school was forced to abandon its winter school program as a result. SABC News reporter Bongani Gema has more.
Well, thank you very much. We are coming to you from Reddam House here in Umhlanga in Durban. As you can see behind me, the candidates who were writing their independent examination board exams have come to receive their results here at the school. The school is very impressed, I must mention, with the results that they managed to receive this year. We were told that it is the fourth time in the 5 years that the school has had a matric learner that they are reaching 100% pass mark. With the head of academics here, Ms. Chantal Lawrence, is going to be telling us more about their performance. Thank you very much for your time. How impressed are you with the results that you managed to get this year?
We are super excited. As mentioned, we've had 5 matriculants, 5 matric groups. All 5 of them have achieved 100% pass rates, and 4 out of 5 of them have achieved 100% bachelor's pass rates, including this group of 2021 matriculants. That's very exciting for us as a new school and as a growing school, because it means that every single one of the 60 candidates who wrote with us last year have the opportunity to go to tertiary education and further their studies, which is the goal we have for every one of our students. And being part of the Reddam House brand has helped to support us. So we locked into some of the ideologies and thoughts of institutions that have been around for a lot longer than us to help support our continued success.
You mentioned that you are a new school, a growing school. This means this must be something that you are doing right to be getting such impressive results for the 4th time this year.
Yeah, for me it comes down to the relationship between students and teachers. We really do have teachers here who care and are fully invested in the lives of their students. They know when their students are going through a bad phase and are not necessarily performing to what they are expecting of them. They encourage them, they build relationships, and students feel safe. This is a safe space for them and in a place where they can be who they want to be. And I do think that provides a lot of confidence, which enables them to just be and achieve the results that they are hoping for. We also have some very sound academic structures that we've built up over the last 5 years. A very solid assessment program that sees continued assessment throughout the year, that allows them the opportunity to practice again and to keep improving on each assessment to get to the point that they want to get. We also have a very varied assessment program, and to me that's also important because it provides the opportunity for students to perform in different ways, and it stretches their brains, out of the box thinking, asking them to do creative things that are not necessarily routine, and actually encouraging them to think. These are all key elements for us here as a school that I think develop success academically.
Now, briefly before I let you go, you were mentioning of that last year you had to merge technology with academics to make time for the disruptions that we are going through, pandemic and the looting. Just take us through all this.
So we were lucky that in 2020, obviously not lucky, but we'd had experience in 2020 in that the fact we had to go onto an exclusively online platform. And so at our school, we use the Google Classroom platform. Our students all have iPads. So anytime there's any interruption to education from an external, for example, like the COVID pandemic, or as you mentioned, the riots, where we were not able to come back to school, our whole school just reverts online. And we follow the exact same academic day. Our students do not lose one lesson. We run the exact same timetable. They have classes online with their register teacher, then their period 1 teacher. The timetable runs uninterrupted. And so even after that, after hours, once the timetable runs, we have extramural activities that take place online. They're able to do dance and drama, take part in competitions. They record themselves doing running and send. And so actually, even though there's these external interruptions, our students are still able to continue education uninterrupted in a different platform. And then we've also been able to merge the two so that if we've got some students who can't come to school and some students who can in like the hybrid mode, they can also access both elements as well.
Now let's stick with the riots, because I know in KZN we're hugely affected. I mean, it started here in the province, and not very far from here we have the factory that was burnt down. How did that affect schooling here?
So obviously it was terrifying. There was the emotional element that we had to walk our kids through. But as you mentioned, because of this factory that's right opposite us, the sulfur that had burned from that meant that it wasn't actually safe for us to physically return to the building even after the riots had stopped. And so we again had to revert to exclusively online. And some of our students had escaped the province based on the riots and were in Cape Town or in other parts of the country or in international, and they were still able to continue exactly as if they were here at school. We had to go through a deep clean where every single one of our surfaces were cleaned right from the boarding right through ELS. So even when it was safe to return from the factory point of view, we still had to go through many processes here, and we were again once able to revert to online and run the day. And we as a body, as an education body, actually saw such a shift in our children in that week. It actually gives me goosebumps because it was really terrifying what we went through in terms of the riots, and it was scary. But logging on and seeing your teacher at 7:30 in the morning and having your maths lesson and then going to your English lesson online provided some normality to the day and familiarity in the midst of quite a traumatizing time. And so as educators, we were able, and I saw it in my own children, we were just able to provide some normalcy in what was an incredibly abnormal time.
Thank you very much for your time.
Pleasure. Thank you, Bongani. Lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
Well, your job.
Thanks. Well, there you have it. This is Chantal Lawrence, the head of academics here at Reddam House. As I mentioned earlier, the staff here is very impressed with the performance of their learners. They are looking forward to a new group that we are also very hopeful that they are going to keep this good performance in this upcoming year. Back to you in studio.